All right, and good evening, everybody, from Pleasant Hill this evening. We've got a nice, sunny, warm evening for football, much warmer tonight than it was last week as we have made the trip up here. A little MRVC West battle tonight for you here on the Radford Media app. We've got Clinton Cardinal football. I'm Spencer Edwards, joined in the booth tonight by Dustin Foster. Dustin, good to have you, sir.
Hey, glad to be here.
Absolutely. Well, tonight we've got conference matchup for the Cardinals, and last week Clinton coming off of that tough loss a week ago at home against Summit Christian. Final in that ball game was 23-21. And really one of those games, Cardinals definitely had a chance to go down and win that ball game, Dustin, on the final drive. And they actually got in a fourth down and 10 on that final possession with a little under a minute to go. And Camden Lafarge was dropping back to pass and unfortunately took a sack. They were looking for a deep down the middle route, just couldn't quite connect on it, and that ended the ball game. So Summit just barely snuck out of there with the win. But the Cardinals played some good football and definitely had some positive developments in the ball game.
Well, we're looking to take some of that good momentum, positive energy from last week, transfer it on over to this week, and keep the ball rolling forward. Just avoid turnovers and big sacks, and look, keep our heads forward, and keep moving the ball.
For sure. And tonight, Dustin, obviously going to be a tough ball game. We know what Pleasant Hill is capable of, even though they've had a little bit of a slow start to their season. They come in at 1-2, and they haven't scored a lot of points in their first three ball games. But of course, last year this team was rolling. I mean, they were one of the top teams in the MRVC West. But the other thing about it is, even though they've had a couple sluggish games on offense, Clinton, you know, has got to be ready tonight to contain them because they're wanting to come out here on their homecoming tonight and have a breakout offensive game.
Yeah, Pleasant Hill's going to be fired up tonight to start the game, being homecoming, everything else. They just did the coin toss. I didn't hear. Let's wait to see.
Yeah, we'll get the announcement here in just a moment. I was looking down at their schedule. I was going to give you the scores here from them. Their last ball game last week, they lost to Oak Grove, another conference opponent, 21-18, got blown out by Maryville. The Spoothhounds in week 2, 35-0, and then lost to Savannah in week 1, beat Savannah in week 1, 14-12. So they are looking for win number 2 tonight. Cardinals looking for their first win of the season here this evening, coming in at 0-3. So we are just about set for action. Glad you could be with us here on the Radford Media app. We've got Aiden Jones on the camera doing an outstanding job. And we want to thank our sponsors, Compass Health Network, Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care, along with C Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Greg Smith, Ford Lincoln, Integrity Floors, and Hawthorne Bank. First half kickoff is brought to you by Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care. So ready to roll tonight, week 4 action. Hard to believe, Dustin, it's already week 4.
Man, it flies, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. And we'll be mid-season here before we know it. So the Roosters in the purple have it on the tee. Cardinals will receive the kick. I believe Pleasant Hill deferred to the second half. And on the return, straight up the middle of the field over the 30 to the 35. Decent return there by Quentin Thought.
Yeah, good return by Quentin there, right up the left hash if you're looking up the field here.
So we will see the Cardinal offense out there first here this evening, and we've seen some good things from Quentin this year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. But they're putting him back there, letting him return the kicks as well with Wilson, and deservedly so. He's got good speed back there. So the Cardinals set up shop to get things going here. First and 10 from their own 35. And the first man through is going to be Marcus Oliver, and not much on the first play of the ball game.
Just a little off tackle run right there for, looks like they gave him 2.
Cardinals, of course, led by head coach Todd Mowry in his second year at the helm of the Cardinals.
Running hurry up here.
Quick to the line, and that'll be a handoff around left tackle. Nice little run there, a little outside, kind of a jet sweep there a little bit to Barnhart. And he's going to carry up near a first down, may have the first down.
Looks like by the spot they gave him the first. Yeah, they're moving the sticks here. Very, very good play call by Mowry there.
And we were actually talking about that on the way up, too, with those jet sweeps. And we'll see if they get Wilson more involved tonight as well with some of those plays.
A little more creative and give him some confidence earlier. Play with confidence, fellas.
So new set of downs, as Dustin said, they did give him the first by a good yard. So 1st and 10 from the 45. Inside call, Oliver, and bottled up. Roosters were ready for that right there in between the tackles. Nice play there in the middle by the big 55. The inside tackle there, Manda Fritz. Nice play by him there.
A good hard run by Oliver even to get back to the line of scrimmage there. They had him wrapped up for a loss of 2. He fought really hard to get back to the line.
Justin Hamilton, the head coach for Pleasant Hill. A little misdirection there. This time they go back right side. Barnhart, minimal gain across the 45.
They run that same set to Barnhart. They run that sweep on, but this time Lafarge kept it and went off to the other side here. Looked like they only gave him a couple on it.
3rd down, 8 coming up for the Cardinals here in this opening drive of the ball game. 10:15 to go, so still early going here in the first quarter. 3-man front here for Pleasant Hill. We'll see if they bring some pressure late, and they will off that right edge. Oh, and there's the sack. The blitzer on the play, able to get the sack. That is the 4 of Gabe Kohler, and you saw that, Dustin. Delayed blitz off that left edge, coming to the right, actually, of Lafarge there, and was not picked up.
Not picked up. And Lafarge got a low snap to contend with to start with, and he kind of had to field a ground ball snap here. And then after that, he was basically a set and duck.
Brings up 4th down and 15, and the Cardinals will be in punt formation. And that's the X factor on defense. You get a big sack like that in those 3rd down situations. It makes it tough, but the punt is fumbled, and it is very much loose on the turf.
Looks like Pleasant Hill has it here.
I believe so. Boy, that was close, Dustin. Very close to being a Clinton recovery as it was muffed at about the 30-yard line. And the Roosters very fortunate to get back on that football, so they will start at about the 33.
Very fortunate for Pleasant Hill to retain that ball.
That was a great punt by Lafarge as well. He got quite a bit of hang time on that, and I think that definitely cost the returner there for Pleasant Hill. Kind of misjudged it a little bit.
Yes.
And didn't look that ball in. So the Roosters now out on offense first. And again, their offense had not scored a lot this year. 14 and 20 points in their first 3 ball games combined as they run off left tackle here. Minimal gain to about the 35, and that is the tailback on the call, Garrison Hartzell, senior tailback. And we were looking at the roster, Dustin, and this is a fairly young Pleasant Hill team. They do not have a lot of experience, particularly from what they had last year.
It does look like a fairly young roster.
And from the shotgun, deep ball looking up that left side. It's incomplete as he overshoots the intended target there, Jace Frizzell, and just way too much on that throw by Sawyer Rich Creek, the junior quarterback.
The receiver looked like he had a step on him, but he overshot him by 5-6 yards here. There was no chance for a catch.
Brings up 3rd down, 8 to go. Ball at the 35 here on the opening series for Pleasant Hill with 8:50 to go in the first. And just a straight quarterback draw right through the seam. Rich Creek on the keeper out to the 45, and a new set of downs, gain of 15 for the Roosters.
That's going to be key to victory here for the Cardinals here is to stop the run and win the turnover battle. We're going to have to stuff the middle here and stop that run. We're holding up on the edges. They tried to run off tackle twice, and we've held. Now they just gutted us for 10 up the middle here. We need to stop the run.
New set at the 45 for Pleasant Hill. They go with that spread set, 4 wide into formation, and deep out there on the right side, and again incomplete. Not able to connect with that far side wide receiver there, near side, Cordell George. A second incompletion for Rich Creek.
That completion was there. It looked like they just went in sync. That was a timing pattern, it kind of looked like.
Indeed, that was no question there, and just a little bit. They threw that ball more to the outside of him, and timing was definitely off. 2nd and 10. Inside give right through the middle and some positive yards for Garrison Hartzell. Up near the first down.
It's like they only gave him 9 there. Again, right up the middle. We need to buckle down. That nose needs to stuff the middle here.
3rd and a yard coming up for Pleasant Hill. Stack set, little diamond set here. Pretty tight to the formation on the near side for him. Hartzell again, first down and more as he's over the 40 to about the 39. That'll move the sticks for him.
Brady Barnhart made a touchdown saving tackle right there.
Oh, no doubt. That was clutch tackle by Barnhart. He was the last man that Hartzell was trying to make miss, was unable to do so. But it does go for a gain of 7 and a new set of downs. So Pleasant Hill, they found a little rhythm here the last couple plays. And looking deep left side this time, and it's incomplete.
Well defended. Looks like by number 8, Jack English. Looks like that was well defended by Jack.
Pass intended again for George. So they're running those deep, kind of the deep outs, deep posts over on that far side, and just haven't been able to connect. But you're right, Cardinals have played at the corner spot, pretty tight coverage to this point on those out-breaking routes towards the sideline.
Yeah, they have done very, very well. They're playing up. They're not giving them a lot of room off the line of scrimmage. Playing it well.
2nd and 9, and there goes Hartzell this time again off left tackle and more yards for him. So they've had definitely more success in the ground game these last couple plays. So he's going to carry for around 6 there down to about the Clinton 30-yard line.
Yep, another little off left tackle run here. Just buckle down, defend the run, stop the run. It all starts up front.
Cardinals playing that 4-3. And no pressure shown. Going to rush 4. Rich Creek to throw. This time he hits that post route out towards the sideline, and it's reeled in by Kyler Wallace Riley, and that'll move the chain. So that time, probably not as much depth on that route, Dustin. He broke it off a little quicker, and that paid off. He broke it off right at the stick, and they're able to get that first down.
Yeah, Lynch played just a little bit soft there,
Yep.
And he took advantage of that soft play and broke the route off a little bit early and got up for the first.
So the Roosters, good momentum on this drive. They've ripped off 4 first downs so far. Hartzell on the carry to the 20, forward progress. I think might give him the 18 as they go back in between the tackles.
Just a hard-nosed run by Hartzell there. Gonna have to buckle down up front, fellas.
Second down and 4 as they are taking a little more time this time to get the play in. Play clock, still plenty of time. Play clock at 12. Cardinals going to bring a little pressure. Oh, and it's tipped up in the air, batted down by the blitzer on that near side. That was great timing. As you saw with the pressure, that was Will Golder, and he gets that paw up there, Dustin, and bats that ball down. That's a great play.
I say it looked like Will just about picked that up. Just about got himself a pick right there.
Very close to a pick. So it brings up 3rd down and 4 from the 18. Cardinals creeping up like they want to show some more pressure, and we got flags in the air. First penalties of the night.
If we have motion?
Yep. Believe so. Yep. Pleasant Hill getting started early right there. So that'll back them up 5 to the 24 and a half, where it'll be 3rd down and about 9. 6:11 to go here in the first, still scoreless. Hartzell right up the gut, big gash run up over the 20, over the 15, down to about the 10.
They're running right over left tackle.
They sure are.
That's where they're making their money right now, is right over left tackle.
Hartzell racking up a lot of yards on this drive. And you're right, it's not pulling or nothing. It's just boom, right off tackle, and we're going to have a timeout called officials timeout, looks like. So this may be one of the mandatory water timeouts here this evening. So 6:01 to go here in the first quarter, Pleasant Hill and Clinton. Knotted at 0. We'll be back right after this.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
And welcome back here to Pleasant Hill. Spencer Edwards, Dustin Foster, Aiden Jones back with you. We've got a fan up here in the press box, and it feels great, but it's kind of causing some, maybe getting a little bit of wind in our mic, so Aiden's going to adjust that for us there.
Well,
but
thank
we
you,
are
Aiden.
happy to have a fan up here, aren't we, though?
Very
Oh,
happy.
man,
to have
it
a
feels
fan
like
up here.
August, early August here tonight with the humidity. So 1st and 10, Hartzell, and nothing as they bottle that up right at the line of scrimmage. The Cardinals got through there quick.
Clifton got off the ball really, really fast right there and got a nice tackle in the backfield.
So big play. Boy, can this Cardinals bend but not break? The Cardinals defense, we'll see. They've had a lot of pressure put on them on this series. It's mostly been run, but they have mixed in a couple passes as well. It's taken a lot of time off, though, also down to 5:30 left here in the first quarter. Jet sweep to the left side, looking for the edge, and he's got it. That is Wallace Riley, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown for Riley. And the good old jet sweep, Dustin, when you got wheels like that, that's a big-time play. And, boy, once he got that edge, it was off to the races.
Well, they've been beating us inside, off tackle the whole time down the field, and that set it up perfectly for the jet sweep.
Sure
The
did.
pin down blocks on the outside by the wide receivers worked perfectly on the jet sweep, and there it went.
And that's a great point you made. It all has to do with the blocking. They set you up, they run block it, make it look like they lull you to sleep with the off tackle, and then they go outside with the pin down, and that was very well executed as the extra point is good, and Pleasant Hill marches the ball down the field, and they strike first on their first series of the night and jump on top 7-0.
Watching the fireworks go off here.
Fireworks show. They actually did the homecoming ceremonies before the ball game tonight. And of course, used to be, it was 20-minute halves for homecoming. Now, I think a lot of schools are just doing the ceremonies before the game because you got a 20-minute half either way now.
Yeah.
Mandatory
20-minute half. And
yeah.
Let everybody get out of their formal attire early so they can enjoy the game.
If everybody's a late arriver, though, I guess it doesn't work so well. I guess that's where you have to tell the fans, hey, you got to get here a little early because we're doing that before the game. But they've got it packed out tonight.
It's a full house, that's for sure.
It is a full house up here. They call this the chicken coop up here.
I believe it.
After the Roosters, yeah. So Pleasant Hill ready to kick off from the 40-yard line. Couple of men back. That is Barnhart and Fought on the return from the 15 out to the 25, and a decent return out near the 35.
Fought makes one more man miss there. He might have been off to the races.
No doubt, and that's kind of the X factor. I think for Clinton, you got a couple guys back there with Wilson and Fought that can get some good returns, and that's where on nights where your offense is struggling, it'd be nice if you could get a return for a touchdown, a big play like that in the special teams to maybe score in a different way.
Yeah, every little bit helps here, and any type to help the momentum get on our side at this point will help tremendously.
Cardinals begin their second drive of the night from the 34. 5:12 to play here in the first quarter. Oliver on the handoff, not much. Flag is out from the far side line judge. Last week definitely had a couple key penalties on both sides in that ball game at critical times in the game that led to some big swings in field position, and that is always the thing to watch in a close game, boy. You got to watch those penalties, especially late in the ball game. We get an illegal shift here on Clinton.
Say it looked like somebody didn't get set.
So illegal shift, going to back him up.
Like he motioned Brody out to the
Yeah.
outside. And he didn't get set
I believe
fully before it went.
So back to the 29 after the penalty. Pleasant Hill shifting around here defensively, trying to get set now. They're showing 3, still shifting those linebackers a little bit. And Lafarge with 11 on the play clock, back to pass. Oh, and it's dropped out in the flat. Man, had him. That was Jack English. Just didn't quite reel that ball in. And, man, Dustin, he had room to run had he brought that in.
Yeah, he had room to run. Looked like the ball might have sailed just a little bit on him, but The ball, Jack probably would have told you that ball hit his hands. He probably should have caught that.
Yeah, I'd say Jack would say 9 times out of 10 he'll reel that in. So 2nd and 15. Trips to the right here. 3-man front. And they bring 3. Oh, out of the backfield, a drop. Oliver, and he falls on that football. It was clearly incomplete, though, forward pass. And back-to-back drops. Cardinals had a couple guys leak out last couple plays. And that's where you're looking for that yards after catch. But as you know, Dustin, you got to look that ball in all the way, even if you hear those footsteps.
Yeah, I was gonna say he probably heard some footsteps coming on that one. So I don't recall the number, but they were bearing down pretty good on him right there.
And that is a tough catch. You're coming out of the backfield as a tailback to make that catch. You're looking back over your shoulder, and then you got that linebacker bearing down on you. So
and the ball might have been a little bit behind. It's
yeah.
a timing deal. I mean, but
3rd and 15, Lafarge with some time and hits his target out in the flat, but he is knocked down. It's going to be short of the marker, well short of the marker, as the pass was completed out there to Peyton Goff. That the Roosters all over it. That is just good one-on-one tackling out in space.
Yeah, nice open field tackle there. Peyton didn't have any place to go. They had that sniffed out.
So Cardinals, unfortunately, going to be back in punt formation for the 2nd time tonight. Pleasant Hill, couple big defensive stands, but that time on that series, not quite as much yardage as the Cardinals had on the first one. Lafarge to punt. Got off a good one last time that was fumbled, and that one's going to roll dead. Not as much hang time on that one, but the Cardinals will down it at the 39. So going to be pretty good field position here coming up for Pleasant Hill.
Got a good roll out of that, actually. Kind of more like a line drive punt. Got a good roll out of it. All right, for the Clinton defense here, let's see if we can stop the run here. This one, buckle down, stop the run, get ourselves a 3 and out.
Yeah, big series here, no doubt, for the Clinton defense. Trying to hang in here early. 1st and 10 as they start from the 39. Jet sweep right side with room to run. And that is Aiden Miner on the carry. 1st down and more, gain of about 16 into Clinton territory.
Peyton Goff was in the backfield right there. He had that sweep sniffed out and just picked the quarterback instead of the ball carrier.
Again, they go on the ground, and this is Hartzell again. Boy, he's been good. He's had a lot of carries so far in the ball game, leading this rushing attack, and carries for 7, maybe 8 there, all the way to the Clinton 40.
Good footwork there by Hartzell. Made the first man miss, and then just picked up after that.
Yeah, he's a solid, put-together player. He's got good balance as well, and very hard to bring down. 2nd and 3 to the flat, and that is reeled in. That'll be a 1st down. Kind of a snow cone catch over there by Dallas Demas.
It's like Connor Bramall out there on the coverage.
And I've been watching Clinton's playing man, aren't they?
Looks like they're playing man. Yeah, they're playing man with one single high safety, one deep.
Yeah, they're trying to keep those sideline routes pretty close to the vest. Here comes that pressure, and they get rid of it pretty quick. Again, to the flat they go. Well-designed route, and they get the ball out of there. That's Kyler Wallace-Riley, who had the first touchdown of the night for the Roosters on the last drive. Hard to cover there, Dustin, when they can get that route broke off that quick, and you bring that blitz in the middle.
They call that the hot route.
That's right.
He's the check down guy. They see the blitz coming. He knows to check right to that route. Go to the flat, pick up what you can get.
Flags are out before this 2nd down play.
Someone jump.
And we've had a couple penalties on both sides to this point, and we've got a dead ball offside on Clinton.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Made contact
Early, and so that gives Pleasant Hill the automatic 1st. 1st and 10 at the 20, so the Roosters in the red zone here. They're right at the doorstep of the red zone. Cardinals a little bit of a late rush, just a straight draw up the middle for the QB, Sawyer Ridgecrete, junior QB. Short gain that time.
Oliver was all over him that time with the tackle.
That was a great read there in the middle by Marcus. And Marcus, one of them kids, he's a guy you count on both sides of the football. We saw him last year, and he doesn't come off the field much.
Nope.
They got to have him out there. You see him in middle linebacker spot. Hot route again and again. It is going to be caught by Wallace Riley.
This time they caught us playing a little bit of zone. We backpedaled off in the zone right there. We showed it. We showed man early, backpedaled back, went up to too high.
And they took advantage there on that, broke the route off maybe even a little bit shorter that time. And Wallace Riley, he's a good route runner. You can tell. He is very, very deliberate with his cuts. And now the Roosters threatening big time. First down and goal at the 10. 2:40 left to play here in the first quarter. Trying to take a 2-touchdown lead. Hartzell off left tackle, dives for the goal line, and he is going to be just short of the touchdown as they mark him down at the inch line.
Yeah, looks like they just ran a little off tackle right there and let Hartzell do the rest. His footwork's outstanding.
Second down and goal at the 1. Cardinal defense again backed up on their heels. Oh, and there's a nice stick right at the goal line. Wow, that is an outstanding play. I believe, is that Fought? Yeah. I mean,
looked like it was Fought and Will Golder.
Oh,
Golder
man.
got a hold of him, and I think Fought finished it off there.
That's outstanding. And Dustin, I think I heard a little pad pop on that.
Yeah, I think I did too.
Even from up here, that was a nice stick right there in the middle. But still, Cardinals going to have to bear down. It's definitely 4 down if they don't get it here on third and goal, but they do as Hartzell is in for the touchdown. So just very tough to keep him out down there on that 1 yard line. And the Roosters put together a really nice drive, multi-play drive with different formations, and they punch it in there to take a 13-0 lead with 1:42 to go here in the first.
Yeah, they were kind of evenly balanced on that drive. It wasn't really run or pass heavy.
Yeah, very, very even. I mean, they've mixed it up about as well as you can so far, I think. And they will kick the extra point momentarily. The Cardinals a little rush there, but it is going to be right down the pipe. The Roosters up early, 14-0 with 1:42 to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Back here in Pleasant Hill, 1:42 left here in our first quarter on a very, very warm night. Where's that fall weather at, Dustin?
I don't know, but I wish it'd show up.
I do too, man. Subby gave us the humid forecast tonight, and it has lived up to it indeed. Here's Fought on another return out to the 30-yard line. So now the pressure's starting to build a little bit on the Cardinals. You really got to get something going, you feel like here, Dustin, on this drive. You're down a couple of scores, and Cardinals just trying to make something happen. Didn't move the ball much on the last drive, but trying to break midfield here on this one.
Yeah, we need to kind of sustain a drive here to give our defense a rest. Even if we don't put points on the board, let's hold a drive here for a while and let our defense get the win back. Of course, we want to end up with points, but I'm just saying we need to move the ball a little bit here.
From the 31, and Oliver trying to spin out of the tackle, but he is wrapped up. Kind of a dangerous tackle there a little bit. Going low, wrapping the ankles. That was Brock Curtis that brings him down.
Kind of starting to snip it out here a little bit on the Pleasant Hill side. They're sneaking them backers up. We're gonna have to test them here pretty soon to start keeping these guys honest on the backside of that defense. They're going to start crowding that box.
Oh, no doubt, as we approach 1 minute left here in this first quarter. Lafarge 3 yards deep, and they go on the ground. Oliver trying to weave his way. Ball is out. Ball is on the turf. Pleasant Hill says they have it. No signal yet, and there's the signal, and it is a recovery by the Roosters. Ball came out late there, Dustin. Tough to tell if he got hit and it jarred it loose or if it just was maybe stripped out.
More than likely, it was probably stripped out. He was fighting for yards there, and you can't fault him for fighting for yardage, but you got to hang on to the ball in those situations.
So the first turnover of the ball game goes to Pleasant Hill as they now have good field position to begin the drive, trying to go up 3 scores. But they're going to have to manage the clock a little bit on this drive. 50 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Yellow marker down in the backfield.
We're very fortunate they had a penalty on that play because that was a touchdown.
Motion early on the Roosters.
They had a perfect play call set, and we blitzed right into it.
Working their way back here. Yeah, I think watching Coach Hamilton down there on the sideline for Pleasant Hill, he knew that one. He could see that one. No argument from him in terms of the penalty. Clearly motion early there.
Just strictly disappointment on the backside of his head. We could see from
right. Yeah, that's for sure. 1st and 15. Rich Creek, a dart on the slant right over the middle as he hits Kyler Wallace Riley. Boy, he is having a huge game already. 5 catches and a touchdown for him in the ball game. And Cardinals just don't have much answer for him right now. He is a really good route runner. 2nd and 2, Rich Creek back to him, and this time they knock him down. That's a very good tackle out there in the flat. Goff with the tackle.
They're playing man on the outside. We are.
And he's one of them guys, he's tough to play man on.
We're not playing man.
He's off now. Yeah,
now he's out. We're manned up.
Yeah, this is where Lynch, we'll see what Lynch does with him. Yeah, goes man there on taking away the slant, but this time they go back to Hartzell.
A lot of his catches are coming out of the slot.
Yeah, they have put him out wide a little bit, but it has been that slot area, which is really hard to defend when you're running slants, that slot position, which is what they've done with him. So we are at the end of 1 quarter here in week 4 at Pleasant Hill. Roosters lead Clinton 14-0, and we'll be back right after this.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Welcome back here to Pleasant Hill. Spencer Edwards, Dustin Foster, Aiden Jones on the camera. Glad you could be with us. Streaming live on the Radford Media app tonight. And the Roosters trying to add to this 14-0 lead. Couple touchdowns for them in that first quarter as they had a 15-yard pass play, Rich Creek to Wallace Rice, and then their second touchdown, a 10-yard run by the tailback right through the middle. That was Hartzell, and we've seen him a lot tonight. Here you see Hartzell motion out of the backfield. They throw back to the right, back to Wallace Riley, trying to spin out of the tackle. Cardinals do a good job getting over there and bring him down. Golder leading the charge on that along with the 50. That's another nice finish tackle by Tristan Martin.
Real good finish tackle. They're trying to use Waller's speed against us.
They are moving him around. I mean, he is an X factor. Very hard to guard. They go back to Hartzell, cuts it back against the grain down to the 10.
Again, off tackle run. He just creates. That was supposed to be off tackle. He bounced that outside on the gun.
It will be enough for first down, so that will make it first down. Goal to go. They are 2 for 2 in the red zone so far tonight. Looking to the air, Ridge Creek, his main target, Wallace Riley, and he is in for his second touchdown of the night.
Untouched, and another little creative play call there. Just get it to him in space. Let him do the rest.
He is a man coverage buster out there for sure. Very tough to pick up because he lines up in the slot. They line him up wide, and he just is able to run those routes to a T out there in the flat. At that time, the timing was perfect. So 10-yard pass makes it a 20-0 lead for Pleasant Hill. Extra point coming up. Laundry on the field, and we'll see.
More movement.
What do we got? Uh-oh. Fireworks guy jumped the gun.
A little premature here.
Yeah, I think we had full start on Pleasant Hill. Yep.
I believe he pointed the wrong direction. They back Vito up.
So they will retry the kick right here. And this kid's got a leg.
Yes, he does.
He's had plenty of leg on the first 2 extra points, so we'll see if this tests him a little bit. It's Cordell George. Good hold, and it's right down the middle.
A good kick. It didn't seem to phase him a bit.
Did not seem to phase him at all. So 21-0. Pleasant Hill adds to it as they are 3 for 3 on offense so far in the ball game with 11:11 left to go here in the first half of football. I want to thank our sponsors, Compass Health Network, Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Greg Smith Ford Lincoln Integrity Floors, and Hawthorne Bank.
Yes, thank you to all the sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for y'all. So
absolutely, and just great businesses in the Clinton community, certainly, and throughout West Central Missouri. And give Radford Media a call if you're interested in supporting Cardinal sports here on the Radford Media app. So the Roosters ready to kick off. And no wind at all tonight. It is dead. The flag's on the goalpost, not moving an inch. And here's a nice little return, breaking out into the flat. A lot of room to run. And he may take it to the house here, down to the 10, and all the way down to about the 5-yard line. That is Connor Bramble breaking off a monster return.
Very nice return, young man.
Man, and that's what you need, is it not? Boy, and I think I said earlier to you, if you can create something in special teams, that can take some of the pressure off your offense. And right there, they've just given the offense a gift. You get to start, I think, are they going to spot him at about the 8? So I thought he maybe had the 5, but still going to be well within striking distance here. Great opportunity. About a 70-yard return there by Bramble.
Starting goal to go.
That's right. And this is big chance for the Cardinals. Lafarge looking left, throws on time, even with a guy in his face, and they hit the slant right there in the middle. Peyton Goff with the catch.
Very nice throw and catch right there.
Yeah, and Camden, he had to kind of scoot a little bit to his right to fit that around. He had a linebacker coming at him off that edge. So fit that one in there nicely. And now the Cardinals trying to get on the board. Second down, goal to go at the 2. Oliver in the backfield. Tight into the right is English. They go to Oliver, and he's in there for a touchdown. Cardinals on the board, and that all set up by the huge kick return by Bramble. And we got a 21-6 ball game. Cardinals, we'll see if they kick the PAT or go for 2. Looks like they have the T out there. So it will be Grayson Gillis coming on to kick the PAT. But that's a huge lift for Clinton. Down 3 touchdowns and just looking for some life and get that big return and get points out of it. Gillis with the extra point, and it is good right down the middle. So the Cardinals with a little bit of an answer to make it 21-7. 10:22 left here in the first half, and we'll be back right after this on
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Welcome back. Cardinals on the board, 1-yard touchdown by Marcus Oliver. A couple of plays after about an 80-yard return by Bramall. Set that up. Almost took that to the house. I thought he had a shot to run that back for a touchdown, but point is Cardinals get some life, get a little momentum, and now we'll see, Dustin, if the defense can take advantage of that.
Take that little bit of spark and let's let it fire.
Kick on the way. A little bit of an angled kick, and look out. Here's Wallace Riley on the return from the 10. He can do this to you too, and he is free to the 40 up near midfield. He has been a thorn in the Cardinals' side tonight, but we got a marker down all the way back at the 25. And
I believe you're looking at a block in the back here.
I say you're right, sir. This is probably coming back. So this would be a big break for the Cardinals if indeed they wipe this away. But boy, your heart just sunk. I mean, he kicked that ball right to him. He had a full head of steam. I mean, he caught that ball on the run. So the Cardinals very lucky he didn't run that back. But it's coming back, it appears. Waiting on the signal, and I think Dustin is correct. Should be a block in the back or a hold. But a lot of times you see that. Usually, though, you see that, Dustin, when they cut back against the grain. That wasn't really the case there. He was running full head of steam, and you still had a kid with a block in the back.
It's like he kind of cracked back.
And that will give coaches gray hairs right there, because that's something that just doesn't affect the play, you know, and the kid just couldn't help himself, and just one of those, the officials are watching that all the way, too, on kick returns like that. I mean, that's one of the most common penalties that you see on kick return.
Yeah, they're trained eyes for that.
Exactly, yeah. So that's a big penalty. That's going to give the Cardinal defense some breathing room a little bit here. It's going to mark them back to the 15.
That's like they say it's a 10-yard penalty, but it's more like a 40-yard penalty.
And they go to Hartzell looking for the sideline. Oh, he gets popped right in the face, and they drag him down out of bounds. That's strong tackling there on the edge. And Cardinals getting a little more physical, I think, on the outside, Dustin. They made some nice tackles there, forcing Hartsfield more to the outside, because he hurts you more, I think, if he's running in between the tackles.
Yeah, he's more of a north and south guy. If you get him running side to side, I think you're okay. But if he's good in between the tackles.
2nd and 12. Even a little loss on that play. Oh, and a near interception. And did he catch that? Oh my gosh. Wow. I think they're going to say the catch was made. And I tell you what, Dustin, Barnhart had a beat on that, and he went for it. Looked like he picked it off, and they're hurrying up the offense, trying to get to the line. The chain gang wasn't set.
Yeah, they were hurrying.
And that was a situation where I think Brody bit on it just a little too soon. And it's like he misjudged it, and I thought it looked like from the naked eye the ball went right into Brody's chest, and he picked it off, but it actually went right by him and right into the hands of the receiver for Pleasant Hill. So that was a first down play, but then nothing there. Like great tackle by Oliver on Hartzell.
Looks like he lost one on that. Again, back to that, man, the last catch. That was
crazy. Aiden Miner made the catch, but that was within inches of being picked off.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for the Cardinals, was not. Now they go deep over the middle, got a man wide open in the seam, and he is gone. That'll be a touchdown for the Roosters. Boy, the deep over the middle route, Dustin, and Rich Creek put it right on the money, right in stride, as he was well behind the corner there, and they hit a home run play right there. That is Dallas Demas with the touchdown.
Yeah, you described the play right off the bat.
Did the
Right.
safety bite there? I didn't see if that was maybe the safety on that, or did he get by the corner?
He
Obviously got by the corner, but
He
the
got by the corner, but the safety
Yeah.
was already playing up.
safety was up.
He
Yeah,
was
that's
shooting
where
up in the box.
might have got hurt there, and it's easy for those eyes, the safety, to get caught kind of in the backfield and creep up, and all it takes is a few steps, and that guy can get behind you. You got to have that safety help over the top as the extra point is good. So a lot of offense here the last few minutes in the ball game. Roosters now up 28-7. 9:09 to go in the first half. Fireworks show continues, and we'll be back after this on the Radford Media app.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
9:09 to play here in the first half of football. Glad you could be with us tonight. Live streaming for you, Cardinal football here on the Radford Media app. Spencer Edwards, Dustin Foster, Aiden Jones, and the Roosters' offensive attack continues. They hit a deep ball over the middle for about 50 yards. Second passing touchdown of the half for Pleasant Hill as they answer the touchdown from Clinton. And now the kick on the way. Pops this one up a little bit. Chance at another return. Cardinals had a good one last time. Oh, but a nice open field tackle out there at the 30-yard line as they bring down the 22 of Grayson Gillis on the return for the Cardinals.
Here we go, offense.
So does this just turn into a good old-fashioned shootout? We had a defensive battle last week, but this is a game now. Kind of trading punches a little bit, but Cardinals still going to have to mount an extended drive here. Not going to have the best field position to work with as they start from the 32. Four wide receivers, Barnhart in the slot on the right side. And Oliver out to the 35. Not a lot doing there as they cave that in. Big boy in the middle, 55. Fritz Manda on the tackle.
Looks like they gave him 3 there in the general spot.
Second down, 7 to go. Just under 8:40 left here in the first half. Cardinals will be on the road next week, going to go to Oak Grove, another conference opponent. Cardinals just have 2 more home games left this year, so they actually ended up the way the schedule fell with a couple extra road games. And here's a nice run. Oliver down the left sideline, big yardage all the way into Pleasant Hill territory. So really the first big chunk run of the night for Marcus Oliver.
They've been running that misdirection there for a little bit, and this time they didn't. They faked the misdirection and ran with the ball on the short side of the field.
30-yard gain there for Marcus, and that'll put it at the 45 for the Cardinals. Roosters going to bring 3. Inside call. Oliver bottled up. I think maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage.
They gave him 1.
Yeah, gave him a very generous one there. To the 44. The second down and 9 coming up.
Kind of running right into the teeth of the defense on that.
That was a wall of purple jerseys right there to run into. Oliver in the backfield with Lafarge. Has time. Trying to dance now. Looking downfield. Oh, and a big hit. Oh, my. You could see that one coming. Oh, but the flags come in from all direction, and they're going to call, I would assume, helmet to helmet here, even though that was borderline. Pleasant Hill faithful not happy, Dustin.
No, but it looked like he led with his helmet. That's the issue.
And that's what it'll be. Personal foul, helmet to helmet. Oh, and another flag is out. Another flag is out. Coach Hamilton not happy down on the sideline. And did we get maybe an extra unsportsmanlike here on the Pleasant Hill sideline?
That's what it's looking like here.
So the personal foul, and then there it is, the sideline warning on the Pleasant Hill coaches. So they were trying to argue, Dustin, it was clean, but Officials beg to differ, and that's a big penalty because that's 15 yards from the spot, isn't it?
I believe so. And it looked like a clean hit other than he led with the crown of his helmet. I mean, he wrapped everything else, but he led with the crown of his helmet in doing so. They're going to err on the every time the official's going to err on the side of player safety. It doesn't matter.
So that will help the Cardinals out big time. First down and 10 at the 29, and Lafarge going to go down. Penalty markers out again, so starting to get a little chippy here.
Yeah,
Been a pretty clean game up to this point.
Yeah, it looks like Pleasant Hill's starting to let their emotions get the best of them here a little bit. Kind of need to get that in check, or they're going to get themselves in trouble.
Indeed, that's going to be a face mask on the Roosters. So back-to-back penalties. You get the personal foul and the face mask. Not going to make Coach Hamilton and his staff very happy at all. So the Cardinals getting some yards here, penalty-aided yards, trying to take advantage of it.
Must take advantage of the other team's mistakes.
7:32 to go here in the first half of football. Still plenty of time. Cardinals have all three of their timeouts still remaining, but the time on the clock, not in any danger of having to use them, certainly with this series, but approaching the red zone. In the flat, caught by Barnhart. Another flag is out as the tackle made right at the 30-yard line, nothing after the catch. Boy, 3 penalty markers now in a row. And what will this be? This is going to be on Clinton. That'll be a hold.
Looks like the officials are trying to get back a hold of this game.
You know, I was just thinking that, and you're the one that said it, and that's right, because I think you're sending a message right now. You're trying to kind of maybe get control of it. They can hear the jawing out there, and that's a good move by the officials, no doubt.
Yep. They're kind of slapping both teams on
that's
the wrist
right
now.
That's right.
Slapping them on the back of the hand, saying, no, no, no.
And that's where, as players, both teams have to adjust to that. You know, if they're going to call it a little tighter to get control of the game, then as a player, you just got to adjust. So 1st and 15, pressure coming. They're going to bring 5, one off the edge, but not much. They go on the ground trying to beat that blitz, and not much for Oliver.
Like they gave him 4 there. A hard-earned 4 for sure.
Yeah, he's had some yards after initial contact tonight. To Oliver's credit, he's been keeping those legs moving, and looks like he's going to be finished off, but then he ends up getting a couple more. If you're just joining us, Oliver has the Clinton touchdown tonight. A 1-yard run that was set up by an outstanding return by Connor Bramble. Cardinals trying to work their way back in this game, trying to mount a drive here late in the first half, and a pass incomplete, intended over the middle, and we haven't seen Barnhart get going just yet. He's been a key target first couple ball games for the Cardinals, but has not reeled one in as of yet tonight, and we're trying to go to him there deep in the middle, and just couldn't quite connect.
Looks like that was a little out in front there. Let him just a little bit too much.
3rd down and 12 after the penalty here coming up, or previous to the penalty, I should say, after that last play. Now we get another pressure, and they roll right and looking deep middle and in and out of the hands of Goff.
Yeah, that was there for Goff. Just kind of dropped that one. Kind of in no man's land here. We got to go for it.
4th down and 12 coming up. 6:10 left to go. Here before halftime, Cardinals, it appear, will stay on the field.
We've seen him kind of come back and do a little pooch kick here every now and
then. Yeah,
we
have. We've seen if that's what they want to do here, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and line up in a offensive set. Going to shift ball tight into the right there. And they will go to the air on 4th and 12. Lafarge off the rollout, lets it go off his back foot. Purple jerseys everywhere, and it's knocked down incomplete as they had that one taken away very, very nicely right there. And that's one of those, nobody was open in the middle, so he rolls, and then that makes that sideline throw that much tougher.
smartly kind of aired that out of bounds to where it was uncatchable.
Officials timeout on the field, 6 minutes to play in the first half. Pleasant Hill on top, and we'll be back after this.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
6 minutes to go before the half. Just had a fourth down attempt. Cardinals went for it on 4th and 10 at the Pleasant Hill 31. Did not convert, so the Roosters going to get the ball back. And right now, Dustin, kind of the momentum still on Pleasant Hill's side, you'd have to say, but you kind of feel like this is a lull in the momentum, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll see if the Cardinal defense on this hot night, boy, it's good to get off the field early if you can. Pleasant Hill has dominated the time of possession for the most part. So we'll see if Clinton can get off the field and possibly you can get the ball back at least one more time before the half. You'll have plenty of time to maybe do something with it.
Yeah, Pleasant Hill scored the ball a lot tonight. Also possessed the ball a lot. Even on our scoring drive, it was only 3 plays because of the 70-yard return. So we didn't.
Rich Creek to the air. Oh, tight route to fit that one in, but he hits Hartzell right in between two defenders, and that goes for a big play. First down and then some. Boy, that was one of those plays. You got to tip your cap to Rich Creek. He somehow fit that pass in there. The Cardinals had a little bit of a bead on it, but the timing, had that been a split second later, that might have been a pick for Clinton.
Yeah, that was a good throw and catch on another little timing out there, it looked like. They've been working on that for a while.
From the 34, new set of downs for Pleasant Hill. Off right tackle, and not much at all there. That's the first time we've seen a new ball carrier out of the backfield other than Hartzell. That was Lucas Van Meter.
Just gave Hartzell a spell there, and
yeah.
Hartzell's coming right back.
Yeah, he's not going to be off the field for long, for sure. As he's up over 80 yards rushing in the first half so far.
He's the epitome of a bell cow running back.
Back to pass, they go to the other target that's had a heavy dose tonight, Riley Wallace, and that's a first down to the Clinton 20-yard line, brought down out there by Golder. So you've had Golder, Lynch, English, all those guys making most of the plays on the edges tonight. And with this short passing game, it's been harder for Fought and those inside linebackers to make too many tackles to this point.
Two's lining up in the slot, and you watch for this little crossing route over the middle.
See what they want to do if they play man or zone here.
It's like we're in man.
Looks like it is going to be
nothing over the top.
Barnhart, yeah, watch for that over the top for sure, because they went with Barnhart on Riley Wallace, which that is a tall order. You have to guard him, and Hartzell not much there on the carry.
I bet if they get that set again, they're not running Hartzell.
Late flag came out, so the officials over there in discussion. See what this is. They're going to have another illegal shift, this time on Pleasant Hill.
They got him on a shift.
5 penalties tonight on Pleasant Hill, 3 for Clinton. 4:32 left to go in the first half. Pleasant Hill taking their time here. They also have all 3 of their timeouts as well. Going to repeat the signal here. Going to get the ball spotted down at, it's like about the 26.
Couldn't need to bear down here on the front, stop the run, focus on stopping this run.
First and 15 after the penalty. Rich Creek to throw. Oh, he got a man wide open, and that's a touchdown. Nobody over the top, and Aiden Miner reels it in for about a 30-yard touchdown strike. Big play, and that's that risk you take. Trying to play man with no help over the top. Your corner has to win, and that time he did not, and they got beat up over the top with the deep ball.
Yeah, it was mano a mano. Unfortunately, that time Peyton lost.
34-7. Roosters add to it. Extra point on the way. And it is good. Cordell George remains perfect on the extra point. So a big late score for Pleasant Hill. Late in the first half, 4:28 to go to make it 35-7. And we'll be back right after this on the Red.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Welcome back here to Pleasant Hill High School. 4:28 left here in the first half. Apologize about our coaches show tonight. We were changing internet signal, so unable to get that on during that. So we'll definitely have that for you next week. When the Cardinals head to Oak Grove as the kick is away. And on the return, Cardinals have had a couple nice returns tonight. Barnhart trying to hurdle a man at about the 25 there, gets to about the 30-yard line on the return. So the pressure building back now against Clinton. They trying to answer back offensively.
Clinton don't need a sustained drive here. We need a long, sustained drive. Give our defense a rest. Possess the ball. Move it down the field.
At Pleasant Hill, they've had a breakout half. They had only scored 21 points in their second game. That was the most they'd scored this year, but have 35 up on the board. And we've got 4:24 before the half. So this is going to be a game Cardinal offense going to have to find a way to come back in a hurry with some offense and take it possession by possession. We're going to have another penalty flag. Boy, the
encroachment.
Yellow markers have piled up on Pleasant Hill as they've got 5 more penalties than Clinton has. As they'll move this up to the 34 after the encroachment there.
It hasn't been a clean game on the penalty side for Pleasant Hill.
Started fairly clean, but the second quarter's been pretty rough for Pleasant Hill, no doubt, with the penalties. Cardinals trying to get set here, 1st and 5 after the penalty. And they're going to bring 6 here. Jet around the left side to Barnhart, able to sneak out of the first ankle tackle and has run into the sideline. Or nope, they said he stayed in bounds there. So they're going to keep the clock moving as we approach 4 minutes to play before the half.
I think they gave him, 2 there?
I believe so, yep. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Jet sweep to the short side of the field there.
And good to see that jet sweep. We have seen that incorporated tonight a little bit more than the last couple games, and we get a late snap right there, and he just barely got that handoff to Oliver, who goes down right at the 35.
Didn't look like anybody was ready for this.
I know. It definitely was an odd-looking play.
Looked very odd.
Brings up 3rd and 4, 3:20 to go before the half. Cardinals still have all 3 of their timeouts. In a manageable down and distance right here, you feel like you could run or pass 3rd and short. Barnhart tight to the line there. English the tight end on the right side. Twins left. They fake the toss pitch. Oh, almost reeled in there. Barnhart trying to run underneath it. That was lobbed up by Lafarge. Very tough throw off his back foot. And Barnhart, valiant effort, just couldn't bring that down.
Yeah, just a little, I don't know, kind of playing center field there, trying to get under it. That's what it looked like to me.
And that was a very tough catch to try to make up in the lights, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Cardinals. Looks like they're going to go ahead and punt the football with 3:03 to go before the half.
Lafarge has been under pressure quite a bit this season. I haven't said that a lot, but he has been under duress quite a bit when he's making these throws.
Brady Rowe back to receive for Pleasant Hill, and boy, this is a nice bounding punt. Not a lot of hang time, but gets a couple of big skips, goes out of bounds at the 25. So Pleasant Hill back out there, Dustin. They're going to have plenty of time to work with, though, and you can't take anything for granted if you're Clinton's defense, even though there's 2:56 to go before the half. You have to watch over the top. You've already been beaten twice tonight over the top, and by no means can you assume that Pleasant Hill's just going to set on this and take it to the locker room.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to set on this.
I don't either. Yeah,
they've shown the ability to throw it over the top time and time again, even on the two scoring plays, but even before that, before the two scoring plays, I've seen a couple for 20 plus before. So I don't see any reason they're going to stop right now.
From the 25, Hartzell trying to bounce it to the outside. Cardinals do a good job keeping contained and bottle him up there in the middle, leading the charge. The 8 of Jack English right there in the middle, along with 72. Good beat on that play as well by Ryan Custer.
Very, very nice play by English. Sniffing out the run.
Loss of a yard on that play. 2nd and 11, Rich Creek to throw. Short out route again, and they run him out of bounds there into the sideline on the reception. That was Jace Diesel, junior wideout, another one of their young receivers.
Just kind of taking what they're giving out there.
Their receiving core made up mostly of sophomores and juniors. And there goes Hartzell through the middle. Big chunk run right there. 1st down and more all the way out to midfield. As he's up over 100 yards, Dustin, rushing. 115 yards rushing for him here in the first half with a touchdown as well.
They let him get north and south there in between the tackles and he just broke it.
And you said it earlier, right on point. He is a north-south runner. You got to find a way to get him to bounce it out, I think. Very tough to stop. Cardinals bring 4. And yards after the catch. 1st down and more there for Miner, who has a touchdown in the half. He caught one of those deep balls on that second to last drive where they hit Clinton up over the top for big yardage, and now they are in a rhythm on this drive. 2:02 to go before the half.
Rich Creek's kind of an equal opportunity quarterback. If you're open, he's going to get it to you.
That's a good point. He spread it around. No doubt. We've had 4 different receivers touch the ball. Wide receiver screen going for big yards down to the 20-yard line. 1st down and more as English makes the touchdown-saving tackle. Uh-oh, and we got a flag out late. Probably going to be something said there. Going to be an unsportsmanlike on somebody after Miner made the catch.
Somebody's doing some jogging down there. I'm not sure who.
Somebody may be doing some jogging in practice, too.
I would assume so.
Coaches don't like those unsportsmanlike, that's for sure.
That's free yardage. It's uncalled for.
So we're going to have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Clinton. So I think something was said there right after that tackle was made, and official standing right there on the sideline to hear it as well, and that's going to take it down to the
I will say
10.
that they normally don't catch the first guy. They normally catch
always the second guy. That is true.
But you don't want to be that guy.
Don't want to be the second guy.
No.
That is for sure. And it's going to be 1st and 10. They still got to get the 1 for the goal to go, but they are knocking on the door again, trying to add another one here before the half. Hartzell bounces it outside to the corner, and he is in for the touchdown. 2nd touchdown tonight for Hartzell. 3rd touchdown for him tonight.
Kind of got to that second level and made that backer miss, and off to the races he went.
So the Roosters marched that one down again. And what they started that drive, what was it, about 2:26?
Yeah.
And they end up with a touchdown with 1:46 still on the clock. Extra point on the way here momentarily. As they remain perfect on the PATs. Pleasant Hill offense, they have exploded here tonight, 42-7. And we'll be back after this timeout on the Radford Media app.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Welcome back. 1:46 to go here in Pleasant Hill tonight. Week 4 action and the Roosters on top. Spencer Edwards alongside Dustin Foster and Aiden Jones on the camera. Live video here for you this evening as the Roosters, boy, they've had a lot of good drives tonight. They're 3 for 3. They've scored on their last 3 drives as they kick it deep this time. Cardinals looking for another good return. And out to about the 26-yard line for Gillis.
Really a pretty good return for Gillis. He fielded at about the 8. It looks like he got up to, what, 27? Pretty good return.
So Cardinals with all 3 timeouts, and we'll see if they can use some clock here a little bit, maybe to their advantage. This is where you don't want to take them too soon, but they get some positive yards. We'll see if they work the sidelines, try to conserve some time. And I believe Pleasant Hill will get the ball, though. Unfortunately, start the second half. So this is a series Cardinals really trying to get some momentum back with some points. It's flushed out, nothing doing. Oh, he throws that just before he goes out of bounds. Boy, kind of a dangerous pass from Lafarge. And Gillis ran out of room there.
It was either get rid of it there or go
or
out
take
of bounds.
The sack. Yeah.
Take the sack way deep.
Right.
It's a good decision by Lafarge to chuck it that far out of bounds. He got it past the sticks. So
yeah, that's where I wasn't quite sure if he was trying to get rid of it out of bounds. I think that's what he was doing. But Gillis ran to it like he thought he could maybe make the catch. But that's a tough ball to throw away when you're flushed out like that, having to throw it off your back foot. Barnhart on the jet sweep, and nothing doing as they had that sniffed out nicely. Hartzell on the tackle.
We ran that almost a little bit too much out of that same formation, I think, here at Spencer. We about ran that a little bit too much out of it.
Coming up on a minute to go before the half, and Cardinals facing a 3rd down and 12. Ball back to the 26-yard line. See what Clinton wants to do here. Going to use a lot of this play clock down under 10. They're going to have to hurry now a little bit, down to 4, down to 3, down to 2. And boy, they just barely got that one off. Option near side. Lafarge tucks it with some daylight out to the 36. Very close to the 1st down, but will get out of bounds there to stop the clock with 38.8.
Very nice carry led by Lafarge there. Nice decision not to pitch.
But unfortunately, I think he's maybe a little gimpy there after that. He's kind of hobbling around. You can see, I think on your screen there, he's may have tweaked an ankle a little bit. So hopefully he's all right. 4th down, 2 to go, though. Just couldn't quite make it to the stick. Cardinals will punt now for the 4th time tonight from the 36. And just going to let that one go. Cardinals will down it. Pleasant Hill back out here now, and we'll see, do they take a home run shot here, or 2 maybe, 28.5. You got to be prepared certainly for it.
Another good punt by Lafarge.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, he's had some good ones in the ball game, and of course I know if you talk to him, he probably wishes he wasn't punting maybe quite as much, obviously, but sometimes you got to play that field position battle.
Every little bit helps, and if he's getting rollouts the way he's getting rollouts on that ball and punts, that helps tremendously.
Yeah, it looks like Pleasant Hill, they are just going to maybe take this to the locker room, so going to line up, take a knee. Of course, they get the ball second half as well. So 3 consecutive scoring drives in the second quarter for Pleasant Hill, and they have a big lead at the half. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout here, Aiden, and then we will come back and give you a quick recap of the half, and then have a little off-air time at halftime as well. So we'll be back right after this on the Radford Media app, your home for Clinton Sports.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
And we're back here at Pleasant Hill, halftime of week 4, 42-7. Roosters with the big lead, and the offense has been hot tonight for Pleasant Hill, much like the weather in this game, Dustin, as we give you a quick recap of the scoring. 3 rushing touchdowns for the Roosters in the first half. All 3 of those by Hartzell. He had the first, the fourth, and the fifth. All those were double-digit rushes. And then they had 2 passing touchdowns, one to Wallace Riley of 30 yards late first quarter, the other one to Aiden Miner of 40 yards in the second quarter. Again, they scored 3 consecutive drives there at the end of the half. Cardinals' lone touchdown was late first quarter after a big kick return by Connor Bramall. 3 plays later, it was Marcus Oliver from 1 yard out, punching it in. And Cardinals haven't really, Dustin, threatened any time other than that. If my memory serves, I don't think they've been in the red zone. Maybe one other time than that since that kick return where they scored from the 1. So offense pretty tough going for the Cardinals, especially in that second quarter.
Yeah, they got in the red zone, I think, one other time, but
Yeah.
I believe that was aided severely by Pleasant Hill
That's
penalties.
Right. Yeah.
Our offense has not done a whole lot this game. We need that to happen. We need the offense to produce in the second half to give our defense a rest. Our defense has played with their backs to the wall this entire game. There's no other way I can say that other than they've had their backs to the wall this entire game. They haven't had time to rest in between. We're going 3 and out every time. They only have a minute on the sideline to rest before they come back. And a lot of these guys are playing both ways. So that's not very much rest time.
Yeah, definitely not a good recipe from your defense on a hot night. As you said, guys playing both ways. The time of possession battle heavily in favor of Pleasant Hill, even though they've scored pretty quick on a couple of those drives. They've been able to hit the deep ball a couple of times tonight, and they've spread it around. I mean, their balance has been really, really good. Multiple receivers mixed in with some runs. So they've made it pretty tough on the Clinton defense here after one half of football. So before we take a break here during halftime, I want to thank our sponsors again. We appreciate all their support of Cardinal football this year on the Radford Media app. They are Compass Health Network, Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Greg Smith Ford Lincoln, Integrity Floors, and Hawthorne Bank. Halftime show brought to you by Compass Health Network. So we're going to take a little break here during the half, and we shall return here in about 17 minutes or so. So stay with us here for Cardinal football on the Radford Media app.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Might bump you. Alrighty, and we are back here at Pleasant Hill, getting ready for the second half action here. Pleasant Hill with a big lead. Cardinals Dustin going to have a big hole to try and climb out of in the second half as they will be kicking off to get things going.
We dug ourselves a pretty good hole here in the first half. Let's see if we can get out, crawl ourselves out of it in a second.
Well, I just had a scoring update from Douglas Neff. Who could that be? Who is Douglas Neff? Doug says Warrensburg.
Sports director?
That's right.
Neff?
The anchorman / sports director, Douglas Neff. 42-12. Warrensburg up big over Harrisonville tonight at the half. So that's an interesting score right there in MRVC action as they return out to about the 30-yard line by Cooper, and that's where the Roosters will begin the drive. So, Dustin, we just saw a really balanced attack. I mean, about as balanced as we've seen certainly anybody Clinton played this year from Pleasant Hill. Almost even across the board. I was looking at the numbers, and they did have a little more rushing yardage and passing yards, but very, very even in terms of total yards of offense as they go back here on the jet. Wallace Riley with the carry, and he has been the X factor in this game. He's caught a touchdown, caught 7 other passes, and we've seen him run that sweep more than once, just like that, and carries for a gain of 8. On 2nd and 2 here, Rich Creek is going to go down short of the stick. The Cardinals get to him. Pocket caved in right there, and a great job by Quentin Fought on the tackle.
Yeah, great job by Fought to get upfield there and catch him on the tackle. Catch him in the backfield here for that tackle for a while.
Brings up 3rd down, 2 to go. Just underway here in the 3rd. Rich Creek straight run. Student body right there. Got a wall of blockers for him. 1st down to about the 46. Oliver on the tackle.
Good, well-designed play. Like you said, student body right. Here we go, just run it. Looks like they're going to work this running clock for all it's worth here in the second half.
No rush with the comfortable lead, and of course 35-point advantage is the mercy rule in high school football. Hartzell, big first half for him. 20 carries, 116 yards in the first half for him, and 3 touchdowns. So that's a good game's worth for a lot of kids.
He racked that up in the first half.
Yeah. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up and looking slant middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get that to Jace Frizzell. Cardinals timed that really well that time. That was Quentin Fought on the pressure.
Yeah, that was a well-timed blitz by Fought. He timed that perfectly.
And our thanks to Doug giving us some scores here. Give you a look at some of these other area games. And Butler, boy, they are up big over St. Mary's, 46-0 in the 3rd. Holden up big over Lincoln, 22-6 at half.
Another incomplete pass there, 4th down.
The Cardinals, good defensive stand there on the first drive here of the second half, able to get off the field. And you're going to see a rare punt coming up here for Pleasant Hill. I believe they've only punted twice tonight. Lucas Van Meter to punt. Fumbles it, and he thought about maybe running it, but he's going to punt that. It hits a Clinton player right in the back, and it's fallen on right at the 30-yard line. So alertly fallen on by the Cardinals. That was a live ball. And I think, was that Golder, fell on that football, Dustin.
It was Golder that fell on the ball, and
lucky, too.
Very lucky he fell on it. Also, we're very lucky he kicked that ball away. We all just, the Cardinals just kind of turned around after Van Meter received the snap, and he fumbled around a little bit. He could have ran for 20 or 30 yards.
Oh, easy. So the Cardinals start the drive from the 30. Nothing doing. The purple wall there in the middle. A gang tackling by the Roosters. There in the middle. Yards have been hard to come by in between the tackles tonight for Oliver. He does have the lone Clinton touchdown in this game. That was a 1-yard run, though. His next longest run tonight has been of 15 yards. So they just haven't quite been able to pop any big play, whether that's been in the ground game or the passing attack. Pleasant Hill's, and you've been watching them closer than I have defensively. They've been playing mostly man, haven't they?
P Hill?
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been playing single high man.
single high man and basically just a three-man front. So we haven't even seen a lot of blitzing from them, but their defense has done a pretty solid job. Not much here on the ground for Oliver.
Not really. They're stacking the box.
3rd and 7 to come here for the Cardinals with 7 to go here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Pleasant Hill's been playing that single high man. They're playing a 3-4, and they're just stacking the box and daring us to throw the ball.
Yeah, those linebackers are cheated up. I mean, they're not typically that 4 or 5 yards deep. I mean, they're within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage, most of them, and there's a busted play. I think that snap might have been fumbled right there, and Lafarge, fortunately, just has to fall on that. Took a pretty big hit, and he was kind of, actually, that was Oliver that did get the handoff and then fell on it. But we did see Lafarge kind of limping a little bit there towards the end of the first half, but appeared to be okay on that drive. But the Cardinals stopped short of the stick by 7 yards. Going to have to punt the football here.
Giving the ball back here. He's back to receive. Up 2.
And we're going to get a number here in just a second. Punt is away, and that's got a couple little Clinton hops there down to the 9, and as Aiden Miner lets that ball go.
Clinton defense needs another stop here.
Officials timeout for water break, and we'll take a break here as well. 5:55 to go in the 3rd. We'll be back after this. You're watching Clinton football on the Radford Media app.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Welcome back. Spencer Edwards, Dustin Foster with you along with Aiden Jones. And we are midway 3rd here. Cardinals down big and Pleasant Hill back with the football. They have been out there a bunch tonight offensively. Got them down for 4 more drives in Clinton so far in the ball game. And the time of possession, we talked about it a little bit at halftime, has been heavily skewed in their favor tonight. Short gain there for them, though, on 1st down.
Our defense has definitely brought their hard hats tonight and went to work. They've had a very long night so far and hasn't ended yet.
2nd down, 8 to go. Cardinals going to rush 4. And Hartzell, some yards after contact there out to the 35, but not a whole lot. Clifton in on the stop. Good to see Clifton back in tonight, Dustin. I think he was out last week due to injury. Cardinals did have some injuries on the line in last week's game. I think Cade Banks was out along with Clifton. So those are 2 guys right there that are anchors for you in the middle.
Yeah,
Clifton plays on the O-line as well, I believe.
Definitely, and it's hard enough out there with your starters, and then to be down a guy on top of that, it makes it even harder.
So I think Pleasant Hill went to their JV offense there for a couple plays and not much doing, so they're going to have to punt 4th and 7. And a lot of times coaches send back the varsity out there to get the punt away, and it looks like they will do that. So Lucas Van Meter out to punt, and I think they did run. The 1st down play was with the varsity O, and then they switched it out. So I guess Coach Hamilton content to try to let the JV get to the touchdown on the board at this point as they throw the flags. Holy smokes.
Good boost.
With Van Meter gets off a rocket, but it's all for naught.
Good kick by Van Meter.
Oh, man, that was way out of the park there, but we get a legal procedure here against Clinton.
Still fourth down. Wasn't enough to convert.
Fourth down, it makes it 2. Looks like Roosters will go ahead and punt. Barnhart back deep for the Cardinals. Another decent punt. High hop. Oh, he gets a nice roll all the way to about the 15-yard line.
He still wishes he had the first one back. That was a little better kick.
That's one that I got to give Coach Hamilton for Pleasant Hill credit because that's classy move. You could have gone for that. Hey, it's 4th and 2 after the penalty, but with the score the way it is, he elects to punt. So I got to give him credit for that.
A very classy move by T-Hill.
For sure. So that will get us up to about 3 minutes and counting here in the third. Cardinals will start from the 15-yard line. And still going to stay with the varsity offense out there. Lafarge to pass. Looking middle. Oh, through the hands of Gillis and right into the hands of the defender for Pleasant Hill. Going back the other way, and that'll be an interception there for one of the youngsters, Jaden Young, sophomore, as they've got the JV defense out there. And a pick will get Pleasant Hill's offense a chance to come back out onto the field here. Unlucky there for Gillis. Pretty well thrown ball. I mean, that's one Gillis just has to be able to reel in and right off his fingertips. And a lot of times, you've seen it a lot, Dustin, when you get that ball tipped up in the air, if it goes off a receiver's fingers, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be picked.
Yeah. If it goes up in the air after a tip, and they run that tip drill for a reason on defense, and that's you just saw the proof right there. Tip drill pays off.
1st and 10 from the 13. Oh, fumble here on the other side, though. Valen Job, the new quarterback for Pleasant Hill. He is a sophomore. So the night is complete for Pleasant Hill's offense, and they have a breakout game as they were only averaging about 20 points a game in the first 3, but they explode 42 on the board here tonight. So 2nd down, 15 to go.
Spencer, he might get a
I was going
football
to say here, yeah, I'm about to get hit right in the middle of the head as they're throwing some souvenirs up into the crowd. Oh, and somebody did just take one off the noggin there. They were staring at their phone.
Imagine that.
Took one right off their little rubber footballs that they're throwing into the crowd. So hopefully it didn't hurt too bad. Under a minute to go now in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 coming up here for the Roosters.
Big stop here for the Clinton defense. Clean stop.
Little rush there in the middle, and the give is inside. Nothing doing. So the Cardinal defense holds. We'll see if they want to go or kick the field goal. Clock may run out on them, though, before they have a chance to do either one. And Coach Hamilton over there waving them off. So he's going to bring them off the field. And they're going to take the clock all the way to the end of the third. So we head to the 4th and final quarter when we come back. Pleasant Hill in control. We'll be back after this on the Radford Media app.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Start of the 4th here. in Pleasant Hill. No points, Dustin, in the third quarter. Both teams held scoreless, and it's going to be a JV fourth for Pleasant Hill as well. We'll see if the Cardinals, if they elect to go ahead and keep the varsity out there. The running clock in play, of course, here at this point.
Looks like they're going to go with the JV here.
So Job, the backup quarterback, with the snap bootleg right, and he's just going to, he throws it at the last minute, and it's dropped in the end zone. Oh, man, Job had a freebie there. I think could have waltzed that in.
Looked like he could have walked in for the score.
That is what you call being a little bit too unselfish right there. But catch was makeable too, tight in there, not able to reel it in, so that will lead to the turnover on downs. Cardinals take over. So we'll see if Coach Mowry brings Camden back out at this point, and it appears they will. Just got to be awfully careful, though. I mean, this is where, gosh, you just don't want an injury right now. And you don't want it any time, but this one I think can safely say well in the bag, and you just don't want anybody to go down at this point. So they have to be cautious. We'll see what the play calling is, if they basically try to keep it on the ground or if they continue to try to throw down the field. So Cardinals will take over. Deep in their own territory, field position battle heavily is favored Pleasant Hill tonight. And there goes Oliver. And there's a nice chunk run for him, still going all the way out to the 30.
Good for Oliver to keep his legs moving and break that first tackle. He picked up an additional 10 there after he broke that first tackle.
He sure did. And honestly, I mean, Oliver, he's creeping up on 100 yards tonight. He's kind of quietly built his way up, about 85 unofficially, with the only Clinton touchdown tonight.
He's earned every one of those.
No doubt. He's kept the legs moving, and you could see that last year. You know, he was a kid that was starting to get kind of acclimated and kind of learning how to bounce off contact and keep the legs pumping and get those yards after contact. And as a running back, that's so important. But I think his balance is better this year, and he's more comfortable running with more power, downhill running style this year for him. So
looks like he has a little more field awareness.
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree, and I think that's something. And really, he's had a lot of varsity experience. I mean, he started pretty young. I think started as a sophomore, and I believe Marcus, he's now a junior, so he's had quite a bit of varsity time last couple of years already. So we've got a big conference out there on the field right now. I did not see a flag come down, Dustin.
I didn't either.
So Aiden may have to turn into sideline reporter and run down there and figure this out for us. So he said no thanks. Yeah, he said I'm just fine where I'm at on the camera.
He said he didn't want the promotion this evening.
Oh, he did not? Well, you know, it is a hot night, so if he were to run down there to try to figure it out, boy, you'd work up a bunch of sweat running down there. It's been a very hot night for the fans and the players. So penalty was on Clinton, and that backs them up all the way back to the 9-yard line.
Helmet to helmet hit?
Really? That's the second one of those tonight. First one was on Pleasant Hill.
15-yard variety.
Boy, not too often that's called on the offense on the helmet to helmet. But it can happen. Here's a run play up the middle. LaFarge, I think, wanted to hand that ball off, but instead keeps it out to about the 20-yard line.
Wise decision not to pitch it.
There definitely was a lane there, and it's a first down, so a gain of 15 for the Cards. Cardinals back on the road next week, headed to Oak Grove. It'll be the Panthers, the opponent for the Cardinals. It doesn't get any easier in the MRVC.
Tough sledding in the MRVC.
Oh, man. And it looks like Warrensburg is better this year, and I think it's pretty even across the board. I mean, Pleasant Hill, Warrensburg, definitely going to be in the mix, I think, at the end. I think Center is supposed to be definitely better this year. They had a really rough go of it last year. I mean, Center's the team that really took a step back. I mean, they had such a great year that year before, I think undefeated, and then got knocked out in the playoffs. It seemed like second or third round. But they will probably be back this year. Of course, Clinton won't see them until the last game of the year.
I think they graduated everybody the year before last.
The year before, Center did, yeah.
Center,
Yeah, the quarterback, I believe, is that the Vic kid? I think his last name was Vic. No relation, but that's still a good name to have as a quarterback. And he was a stud. I mean, he was unstoppable on the football field. Was a good runner and thrower. Inside carry here in the middle. Back to the 30-yard line. They're going to push. Lead is at 21, so that's Bramble. So they are mixing in at least a few different positions here. I don't know if it's full JV, but they've got kids lined up in some different spots.
They're giving everybody some shots at some different spots here, it looks like.
I believe so. We haven't seen Bramble out of the backfield. Now he's going to line up out wide here. 8:14 to go. And Lafarge option right. And Oliver taken out of bounds over there on the far side. But over 200-plus yards tonight, Dustin, easy for Pleasant Hill. That's a big night's work for them. And a lot of that all-purpose yardage, I mean, it was spread around so nicely. And a good chunk of that was for Hartsville. 116 unofficial tonight rushing for him. 3 touchdowns. He got going early in the ball game. I mean, they really established the ground attack pretty early as the run play here on the ground. I believe that's Barnhart on the carry. It's the first time we've seen him carry the ball out of the backfield tonight.
Yeah, they gave it to Hartzell early and often to start the game.
And they were 3 of 4 in the red zone tonight, so almost perfect there. And made it tough with the time of possession, hit a couple deep passes as well, deep passes over the top for touchdown. Oliver, big pop there at the 40, but he's got the first down.
Good hard run by Oliver for the first. Back to P. Hill's offense. It's all predicated with the run. You're saying the deep pass, taking the top off the defense.
It's set up.
It's all set up by that
It's all
run.
set up. That's right. And you were making the point earlier about even on some of those short routes, you know, it's set up to bait you for not only stuff over the top, but outside runs as well, because those wide receivers can turn into blockers pretty quickly when they can get off the line like they're running a route, and then they're just going to block you short, you know, like it's just going to be a post, but they're out there really blocking downfield. So that is something that is really tough to pick up tonight for the Cardinals defense, and then a receiver like Wallace Riley that can be moved all over the field, just one of those chess pieces that coaches love to have.
That you have to account for.
2nd and 2, 6 minutes to go in the ball game, and a whistle from the umpire here. Yep,
water break.
Another water break here, it appears. And give us a moment to mention our sponsors here. We want to thank Compass Health Network, Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Greg Smith Ford Lincoln, Integrity Floors, and Hawthorne Bank.
Again,
the moths, we're being invaded by moths now, Dustin. I mean,
the lights are even off in here.
I know it, but they are all up in those lights. I mean, they are everywhere. Can we get a shot of the moths, Aiden, by chance?
Goodness.
Oh, man. He's going to try his best. I mean, they are out in force. Out in force.
All right, Clinton offense. Here we go, gentlemen. Keep this drive going.
And that's the thing about it is you want to see them finish the game strong. You get a little confidence. You get a touchdown here at the end. And again, neither team has scored in the second half. This was all done in the first half. And neither team has really threatened much. I don't think either team's been in the red zone here in the second half. Oh, movement. Left side there. Quentin Fott just got going a little too early.
A little excited by Quentin. No, the one red zone attempt came up empty by Pleasant Hill.
You're right. Yeah, JV did get in there and get down to in the red zone. That was that 4th and goal you're talking about. So
Yeah.
yeah, they did have one attempt to stop on about the 5.5-yard line, and 2nd and 7 here for the Cardinals as we approach 5 minutes to go in the 4th. Oliver near midfield there on the call.
Good second effort by Oliver to get that almost those 5 yards back. He's got to be getting close to 100 now.
Yeah, he's definitely, and mine obviously are unofficial numbers, but he's very, very close, if not a tad bit over. And about 15, I'd say 15 to 18 carries tonight for him as well.
He's gotten the brunt of the work here for the Clinton offense.
Yeah, it's definitely been a heavier run, I think, tonight for Clinton. Definitely not as much out in the flat in the passing game. Looked like an option left. And that is a keeper for Lafarge. Gets it into Pleasant Hill territory before they bottle him up. He's going to be, I think, forward for the first down.
No, they're moving the sticks for sure.
That'll be a first down for him to the 46 of the Roosters.
Stay positive, fellas. Ain't on an upbeat note here.
And this is where Coach Mowry definitely still watching as a coach. You know, you're wanting to see how they finish the game and see if the effort's there, and it has been so far. This has been a good drive to this point, trying to finish it off, possibly in 6. And here goes Lafarge off to his left and over the 40 near the stick. Tackle is made just shy of the marker.
They spotted him just short. Another good carry by Lafarge.
Cale Bush on the tackle for Pleasant Hill as we approach 3 minutes to go. Going to spread this out as well. But again, it's been a spread look, but it's been mostly run out of those 3 and 4 wide formations tonight for Clinton as they try to push the pile forward there in the middle with Oliver. Cardinals have 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them or lose them here. Try to give them a chance to put the ball in the end zone. Doesn't look like they're going to throw, though. I think at this point, Dustin just content to run the ball. Going to motion Bramble into the backfield and give it to him. Nice run. Up over the 25. Good full head of steam. I like that play there. A little motion and kind of allows the running back to get in behind those blocks a little quicker.
Good little start.
Good job getting off the ball, and that'll be easily enough for a first down. So new set of downs here with 2:07 to go. Oliver off left tackle, cuts it back against the grain, down to the 10. Very close to another first down.
Good solid run again by Oliver.
Good block there up front as well. Golder getting in the mix with the block and opening up that cutback lane just enough. So they will give him a first down. First down, not quite in the goal to go. Going to have to get to the 2.
First trip for the red zone in the second half here for the Cardinals.
From the 11. They fake the pitch, roll back right, got him in the end zone. Touchdown, Barnhart for 6. Beautiful pass to him on the rollback. And that is great right there, Dustin, to get a little confidence at the end of this game to get a touchdown on the board. Very well designed play.
A very nice throw. Very nice catch by Barnhart to track that.
And Barnhart, he's kind of been the touchdown machine. I think he had a couple last week and then gets one tonight. So first passing touchdown of the night for the Cardinals. And a nice little drive right there down the field. Took quite a bit of time off.
Yeah, but the majority of the fourth quarter there we took.
Excellent play design on that. So they go for two. Bramble gets the handoff, and he is in. So 2-point conversion here at the end, and Cardinals will kick off 42-15 with 1:11 to go, and we'll pause here. We'll be back with a kick right after this.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.
Back here at Rooster Stadium, 1:11 to go in the ball game. Cardinals getting ready to kick off. Will we see it at onside here, Dustin? Potential.
There's potential. They started off the Odessa game with one.
Will not happen, though. They kick it deep, and there's the knee at the 15. I was going to say, were we going to say the comeback was on if they went with the onside recovery? But
So you're saying there's a chance?
saying there's a chance, right? Yeah, well, unfortunately, not quite. Not quite. So Cardinals going to have to regroup, get ready for Oak Grove next week, and be a tough place to play up there to try to get win number one of the season.
Like you said, it doesn't get any easier.
Doesn't get any easier. No, unfortunately not. And that's one of those things about it is early in the season, especially, you get those two non-cons, and then it's going to be conference except for the Versailles game pretty much from here on out. But that's where early in the year, when you're going against the top-heavy part of the MRVC, you don't have the luxury of slowly wading yourself into the water, so to speak. It's right out of the gate. And Pleasant Hill able to dominate tonight offensively, all in the first half, though. All in the first half, but they got up pretty early. It was a 21-7 game. That was the closest it was in the first half of this one as the clock being rolled down here. Pleasant Hill looks like if they will snap it, I think they will for one final time.
We're going to have to one more time.
Yeah, due to the play clock, so it's down to 4. There's the knee, and that should do it here tonight. So the final, 42-15, Pleasant Hill able to get the W as they go to 2-2 on the year. Cardinals will fall to 0-4. Just real quick wrap up. Over 300-plus total yards of offense tonight for the Roosters. 3 rushing touchdowns for Hartzell, and then they had 2 passing touchdowns, one to Wallace Riley of 20, the other to Aiden Cooper for 15. Cardinals get a couple touchdowns tonight, one by Oliver. That came early in the second quarter, 1-yard run, and then they get a touchdown late in the ball game on a nice pass play as it was Bramble reeling in the catch from Camden Lafarge, but just not nearly enough offense tonight, Dustin. Pleasant Hill, to their credit, controlled the time of possession, really put a lot of pressure on Clinton's defense, not only in the passing game and running attack, but just for the fact that they kept them out there for so long in this game.
Yeah, really good ball control offense by the Pleasant Hill Roosters, and can't say enough good things about that. And it was just tough sledding for Clinton all night. They kind of put our defense on skates to start with the run, and then they worked at the balanced passing attack, and that's just kind of where it was. And back to the drawing board and on to next week.
On to the OG next week. It'll be Oak Grove, the opponent for the Cardinals in MRVC West play. Before we go tonight, I want to thank our outstanding sponsors making the broadcast possible. We want to thank Compass Health Network, Clayton's Heartfelt In-Home Care, C-Squared Embroidery and Screen Printing, Greg Smith, Ford Lincoln, Integrity Floors, and Hawthorne Bank. That's going to do it, folks, for our coverage tonight. Thank you for joining us on behalf of Dustin Foster and Aiden Jones, doing a great job on the camera and technical side. We'll talk to you next Friday for more Clinton football right here on the Radford Media app. Thank you for joining us, and have a good weekend.
Your health matters, and so does your choice of provider. If you or a loved one rely on Medicaid, turn to Compass Health Network for compassionate care. From mental health services to primary care, pediatrics to dental, we're dedicated to meeting your needs. And if you're facing a mental health crisis, we're here to support you every step of the way. You can find the closest Compass Health Network location at compasshealthnetwork.org. Your well-being is our priority. Call us today, 844-853-8937.